Hello, and welcome to Spirit Among Us. Even if we know that we have hope in Jesus, we can still wind up feeling hopeless in our lives. Things distract us. Things take our focus away from Him. And when life hits us hard, sometimes it's really easy to lose our hope. But Jesus has called us to focus on Him. Hebrews chapter 12 verses 1 and 2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before Him, He endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So here in Hebrews, we see that life is compared to a race. Our lives are like a race. If we want to run this race with the most joy, with the most hope, and with the most fulfillment possible, then we need to run it in a smart way. Hebrews tells us to do this by first throwing off all of our burdens, everything that hinders us. These are things like our worries, our stress, the cares of life. We are called to throw these things off because they weigh us down. They keep us from living the lives God wants us to live. Secondly, it says, throw off the sin that so easily entangles us. Sin weighs us down. Sin leads us into destruction. And that is certainly not beneficial to running this race. But finally, what Hebrews says here, the most important thing for us to do is to fix our eyes on Jesus. The way that we can have the most hope in our lives, to stay focused on Him, to look at Jesus, to see Him and not look away. In the end, He is our hope. Jesus is the reason that we are running this race of life. He is the prize. He is the prize at the end of the race, the thing we're running towards, the thing we're running for, the reason we're running. So when we fix our eyes on Him, we remember what it's all about. The writer of Hebrews calls this a race for a reason. We're not just going out for an afternoon jog through the park. This isn't just some casual, let's go for a run, have a good time. This is a race with a prize at the end. There are actual stakes. There's pressure. We are looking to that prize. It's not just about getting some good exercise. It's about running to the finish. And that's why we need to have our eyes focused on the prize. So let's continue in Hebrews here. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 3. Consider Him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. The writer of Hebrews here tells us to consider what Jesus faced, so that our hope won't be shaken. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Jesus faced the worst pain of all time, but He knew it was worth it. It was worth going through that excruciating experience because He saw the hope set before Him. The hope of restored relationship with us was enough for Jesus to go through the cross. In that moment, the hope of that reconciliation was enough to walk through the pain. And if Jesus could stay hopeful even before receiving complete wrath from God, then we can stay hopeful by fixing our eyes on Him. So we need to be ready. This life is going to distract us. This life is going to take our attention away from God and away from the hope that He is promising us. He has a prize waiting for us at the end of this race. And that prize is unlike anything we've ever seen before or experienced before, for that matter. But this life is going to try to take us away from that, to distract us from that. So what God has called us to do is to fix our eyes on Jesus, to look to him and to not look away. So the next time you're feeling down, the next time life hits you hard and you're losing your hope, turn to God and fix your eyes on Jesus. Thank you for watching, and God bless.